the answers to some fundamental questions which we have. Questions as fundamental as who are we? Why are we here? What is the purpose of this creation? What is the purpose of our being here? What is the purpose of creating a world by God or anybody, any power, whether it's autonomous power or it's a creator, in which there is so much misery and so much suffering, and people are so unhappy here? What was the whole purpose of having a world of this kind? These are very fundamental questions which have bothered a lot of us. And they bother us because we can't find easy answers. We go to religion, all religions, they tell us something very similar. They say there is a creator, and the created everything. And yet when it comes to the evil part of creation, they can't explain why the creator did that. So religions have conveniently adopted a negative power. The Satan, devil, he is responsible for all the evil, and God is responsible for only good things. Then if God is only for good things and the evil is being perpetrated by somebody else, who created both of them? Obviously, whoever did the whole show must have done something for a purpose. And so to understand what the purpose of creation is, we have fundamental questions in our mind. And I have come to share the answer that I obtained in a lifetime in association with a perfect living master. The answers are a little bit surprising because we find out that what we are taking to be real, what we are taking to be a real world of pain and pleasure, a real world of good and evil, actually is not real at all. That makes a big difference. If we go and see a movie, and the movie has many horror scenes and negative scenes, we don't jump to the screen to stop it. We don't try to interfere with it. We know it's a movie. We know it's not real. We have come to just watch it and see it. If we began to take a movie as real, we would tear up the screen into pieces. We don't do that because we know it's a movie. There is a way to understand and to know and realize that this world of duality, this world of pairs of opposites, is also like a movie. It's no different than that. It's an illusion created in such a way as to look real. A movie looks real too. When you go to a movie, you cry, you laugh. In fact, I never cry in my real life, but I always cry in movies. My kids carry handkerchiefs for their pocket, and when they sit next to me in a movie hall, they bring out the handkerchief. Daddy, here's something to use to wipe your... The point is that we get emotionally involved with the characters in a movie and take them as real. Why do we do that? Why should we take a movie so seriously as to be affected by the emotions being expressed there? There's a reason for that. A reason that had been expressed long ago by a Greek philosopher, Aristotle. Aristotle explained that drama, because there were no movies in his time, but drama on the stage was still there. He said drama is essential for our emotional health, that we get filled up in our hearts with emotions. We hide them in our heart and we don't express them. And when we go to see a play, when we see drama, we identify with the characters there and get our emotions released. It's almost like a purgation of emotions. He calls that experience an experience where we willingly suppress our disbelief. It's a willing suspension of disbelief, he says in Greek, that we deliberately want to forget at that time it is not real. If we did not do that, we would not be able to release our emotions. So it's for the health of our emotions, for health of something inside us, that we take a drama or a play or a movie to be real. It is exactly the same reason why the illusion of creation has been made so real. In fact, nothing has been left undone to make it a new illusion. It's a great illusion. It's one of the best illusions that you can ever find, because it has been suppressed and it looks like real. It looks like real so that we can have a better experience within ourselves. Emotional experience is only up to a certain point. Emotional experience is in the heart. Emotional experience is in the throat, where we go when we go to sleep and dream. Emotional experiences are all in the energy centers that lie below the eyes. What about the suppression of something that is behind the eyes? What about that part which is sitting inside our head, which is our true self? The true self needs a release too. What release does the true self look for? It is looking for a release from the bondage into this experience. It is trying to get out of an experience which has become a trap for it. And that's a spiritual experience. It's not emotional. For the sake of the spiritual experience, we are willing to take this world as real, reject it, feel disappointed with it, say this is not our place, and look for that which should be our place. Every one of us who has a soul and spirit and life is a seeker of the truth. A seeker discovering, who am I? This is not a new question. We all have this question. We have had it for thousands of years. We have had it ever since the creation. Who am I and why am I here? The answer can only come when we go to who you are. That means the self. The self is not outside of us. The self that we are looking for, our own self, is inside us. The self that is seeking, the self that feels this is not our place, the self that is lonely, the self that is sitting in a crowd can still feel lonely, that nobody seems to understand us the way we want to be understood. Nobody can have the same feeling for us that we really need. That self sitting inside us is being covered by very big, thick covers. And that is why we can't know who we are.